Check out this drum. This is made from a solid piece of wood, one piece. It was all hand carved in like friggin' Africa or some junk. But and I paid like $600 for it, like probably 10 or more years ago when I was building drums for Gary. But look at what happened. She split right open. Bunk. So went and talked to Gary. I got a new skin for it. This is cow. I think this is goat. They left the hair on it and stuff, and then they shaved it. Doing it with the hair on it though is so disgusting. So, because you got to soak it and stuff, and you got like this big greasy, hair-soaked, mushy mess of dead animal meat, and it's like not pleasant. So, I'm going to get all the string off it and show you guys how to rehead a drum. Just got to get the strings out of her. Bit of a pain in the ass. There's so many of them, but not too big of a deal. Harder on the skin side because they're all pinched up under this stupid ass fucking flapper thing. She's coming. Freaking starting to sweat though. Alright, so there it is. Strings all off. See the big split all the way around there. So if you turn it over, push in, you can see there's another ring, metal ring around there, and then there's one under there with the string tied to it, same as that one. They just tie knots and make you little antler rings to loop the string through. I really like how they tied it. Pass me that drum over there. This is a drum that I made, and you can see, if I can find it, oh, there's a seam right there. I took like a soldering iron and melted the two ends together and mushed it together and stuff like that on both rings. So this is, that's one I made. See, this skin will still be, the inside's still good, so if I ever bust this skin I can use that one for this drum, but just the outside broke. So, and I got the friggin' skin soaking warm water in the sink a little bit just to loosen her up. It's pretty much ready, you know, friggin' hours lots, but you definitely don't want her friggin' not wet enough, because it's a pain in the ass to begin with, so you don't want to be dealing with like a cardboard piece of skin, that's for sure. So this friggin' thing's giving me some grief. Holy, this thing is stuck on there. So not cool. Look at that big grimy knot into it. Right knot. Here's another one. Oh, it's stuck onto the friggin'. Oh, they did wrap it with something. Oh man, we're gonna need to vacuum out. Come on, none for dogs. Let's go. That is disgusting. Goat hair, anyone? Yeah. Oh no, that's just like rebar, little thin rebar. I just made it into a ring. Huh, right on. Oh well, I got some cleaning up to do, so I'll show you how to get this back together in a minute. Okay, so after you soaked your skin that's all floppy and whatnot, you just want to get the excess drippings off it with a towel there or whatever. So get that done and start getting this thing together. Okay, so you want the top up. The the bottom side's a little rougher. Put your ring on there. This one ready. Sort of gotta work it around your friggin' mittens. Get that piece on there, somewhat, kinda. And yeah, something like that. Just enough to get it on there. And start working with it. Start working it down, working the edges out, get the string started, and whatnot. So I'll show you where we get in a few minutes. Alright, so here's where we're at. Frig, it's only been about 20 minutes and I got this thing mostly strung up. So the underside metal ring is right in there, so you tie this on and then these pieces sort of hold down, you know, this metal ring in place. It's the only thing holding them there, so you just come up through there, down through there. Give it a yank. If you're using used string, it's every time you got to sort of untwist it. You might as well take the time to untwist the string, make it look better when you're done. It's going to take you a friggin' hour anyway, so you just both sides. See, this used string just friggin' gives you a friggin' grief, man. Look how twisted up that is, like, for real. Frig, so you know, and the string's only 3 feet long now. When it was 55 feet long, you got a friggin', you know, frig around. But and then so this is the last one at the top. Back up and down. Twist it. And the last one at the bottom. And then just loop it through this guy. So then you just got to go around and like I'm going to tighten this up so this knot's closer up under here, and then just keep going around, pull it tighter, 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 just keep going around it and around it and around it. So I'll show you how she works. Alright, so now I've just gone by and just went around it once. So you got these crinkles and stuff, so you just go around and pull up on it and get all the creases out from around in there and stuff. And also, you know, it just gives her a little extra tighten. See, there's a good crease. You don't want to leave it like that. You know, you just pull on that bitch. It's going to take some work, but you get the drift. It's up and sort of up and out, you know. There we go. Got her. But so you just go around, tighten each one, go around again, tighten it, tighten it, tighten it, till you can't possibly tighten that anymore by hand, and then you do the mully weave, so I'll show you that next. So after you've done it a few times, it starts getting a little bit harder. So you just keep going around, tightening up these strings. And then, this will be the last one before the mully. So here's what the mully weave does. It just twists each set of strings. It's easier on a drum where the strings are a little further apart. If they're tight, like down here, you know, the drum end's there and they're really tight up against there and you can't get it under there, you use, like, sometimes you'll melt the end and flatten it out just enough to work it under there. But what you do is you go over, like the string's coming from this side, so you go over the next two, or sorry, over both of them, under this one, and then under all of them. Get all the tangles out of it. Every time you pull a string, you got to do that. Pain in the ass, but so then what that does, you just give her a yank and it locks, eh? So you go over them and then under them. So like this thing is, you know, the way that it's forcing, it's trying to pull this knot back under itself, and it just can't do that. Once you pull it, it's pretty much locked in there. You got to like work at it and stuff. So yeah, so you just go, oops, frigging it up already. Just go under the one, or around the second one, and then under them all, and that one just, see, so you end up with it looking like that, and once you pull it, it just pops it under there. So they call it a molly weave, M-O-L-L-Y. So I'll finish that up, and it's getting tight. Almost done. Friggin' one or two more, and she's pretty tight. Okay, so last one's a little bit tricky sometimes. There we go. Let her dry, cut the excess off. We'll wrap it down with some tape to hold her down, and put another, just let her air dry overnight. And then I'll show you how she sounds. Alright, so there she is. Got the molly weave on there. I just put some tape around the edges to hold down the edges while it dries, because it turns into like cardboard and it's pretty sharp on the hands. But it's not, it's only been drying for a few hours, so it's still got some drying to go, and we still have to tune it and everything. So, but I just wanted to say hi to Emma. She's 3 and she's 6, so maybe I'll play a little ditty for her. Do a little slap pop. But anyway, friggin', here's another drum that I made, a little talking drum, sort of like the one I was playing at the Jove's house. It's actually the other end of the branch. This was a branch from my boss's house off his tree. I made another short one for the Jove. Same type of deal. But here's some more drums that I made. This one's curly maple and black walnut. You can see each one's like, each stave had to be cut and then friggin' put on the bandsaw, and on the inside, cut the inside, and then just turn the outside on the lathe. The same deal with the strings, but see, this was one of the first drums that I made, so the strings are a little far apart, and it's way out of tune. I haven't played it in years, but here's another one, the big brother to that one, same deal, same actual pile of wood, but same deal. This one's a little tighter. Still sounds like crap because it's been sitting in the basement. Dirty old Mike's room. And this is the creme de la creme right here. Same wood as those. But this is a 10 lug cast rim, friggin' 4-inch snare. It's got a throw on either side, big heavy duty stuff. You see how dusty it is. I haven't played in quite a while. It's got a little air hole into it, and like this would be worth well over $1,000. Few of you might remember the Mike Bullard show. I made a drum, and it was on for the drummer for Mike Bullard, had it on TV for a couple months, and the Tea Party also. The drummer for Tea Party has a drum that I built. We didn't sell them to him. We sold them to Long and McQuaid's in Toronto, and they sold them. But there's a tour of the drums that I made, that I have anyway. I made hundreds and hundreds of them, but these are the ones that I kept. And yeah, so get well soon, Emma, and I think that's it.